Hi Virgo, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your July 2020 full moon reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also to subscribe to my channel. Now, before we dive into this reading, let's clear the energy space and raise our own energy vibration. And take a nice deep breath in. Releasing any negativity. Nice deep breath out. All right. So let's dive into what this moon has to offer us. Now I'm going to start with shuffling the tarot, and then we'll get into what the moon is saying. How will Virgo be affected by the July 2020 full moon? How will Virgo be affected by the July 2020 full moon? How will Virgo be affected by the July 2020 full moon? Angels and spirit guides. Oh, goodness. Show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Show me clearly. Guide this reading. Just flying out. I love it. And show me clearly. Here. Guide this reading. Guide this reading and show us clearly. Show us clearly. Show us clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Oh, goodness. Okay. I love how they're just shooting out. That's wonderful. So strongly connected to this moon. Okay. Fantastic. So we're starting off here to the left, right here. This is the personal self. In the middle is the heart self. And to the right is the public self, what the world sees. Okay? So let's see what your private self has to say. We have the Wheel of Destiny, the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Queen of Swords in air sign energy, a Gemini, a Libra, and Aquarius. We have the Three of Swords. So there can be a heartbreak around this air sign energy. But there's also a sense of prosperity and success. There's something that you're looking at here where you're kind of taking the power back, which is really quite beautiful for you. And then for your heart, we have the Three of Cups, the Nine of Wands, the Sun, which is beautiful, and then the Strength card, strong Leo presence. And I did see before a very strong, while I was meditating upon the cards, a very strong connection to the new moon, to the Leo. So it's a Leo, there we go, new moon. The full moon is in Capricorn for July, and then we have the full moon in Aquarius for August. Judgment, your personal self, your public self is being shown. The Six of Swords, the Death card, which is a strong Scorpio presence, a time frame of October 23rd to November 21st. The Strength being the Leo in the zodiac is July 23rd to August 22nd. And then we have the King of Pentacles. Okay, so you're definitely taking this gift. All right, there's a shift that is going on. Just see. Yeah, you're moving forward in some way. People see you as the judge. People see you as, kind of like the truth sayer, the one. You'll actually see people coming to you, Virgo, with problems, sitting there and saying, well, I don't know what to do here, or I don't know how to work this out. And they're really going to be looking at you, towards you, for greater clarification, for, greater understanding. And that's going to be a really powerful part of the role that you play during this time. But there's also a sense that, like, with each judgment, like, okay, so what Spirit is showing me is that every time you have a question or you have something that comes up, you're going to find that somebody asks you something or somebody brings up something, and it winds up leading you closer to the answer that you were seeking. So here with Yeah, with Judgment, you really have your angels around you. You really have yourself moving forward. And that's embracing your power, embracing your understanding. They're going to see you. I just see you like the judge, which is very interesting because your angels are around you, your power is around you, and this judgment comes forward, and it's like you rise up. And each time you're almost giving counsel over something because you are really going to have that sort of power during this time. It moves you closer to your truth, to the place that you want to be. And we see you here moving forward, moving towards what it is that you truly desire. Now, the full moon is in Capricorn, and this is a very powerful full moon. It is a moon that is the most serious, okay, the most practical and the most methodical. So as you're looking at things, you have this practicality, you have this methodicalness, you have this sense of organization leading you forward, which as a fellow earth sign energy, this is going to be a very nice place for you to be. You're also living for the future during this time. You're looking at things and you're wanting that secure, prosperous, bountiful future. And as you look at this, you see yourself moving forward towards a balance in your life. And you're really going to be focused on organizing things, of saying, like, I need things to be balanced, I need things to be right. And that's where you're going to be pulling your divine power from, right? Because you have here the surrendering to the divine, and then you have power moving you forward. But the thing is that don't be so work-minded that you forget to laugh, that you forget joy, that you forget to have fun within yourself and within your life, because this is going to be a time when it becomes very easy. It becomes very easy to sit there and say, I must push forward. I must keep on going. You're looking towards your long-term goals, and you want those long-term goals to make it. And that's just it. And of course, we all do. We all want that success to be a part of our lives. But here it's also remembering, all work and no play does not make for a fun existence. And yes, sometimes you do have to hunker down and you do have to be serious, but you want to enjoy your life. And so from full moon to full moon, from the 5th of July to the 3rd of August, you don't want it to be a time when you are just so serious that it takes away your joy, because you'll feel robbed at the end. And that's not where you want to be, right? There's also a very strong connection to your elders, okay? To the story of your DNA, to the story of your kind of ancestral truth, right? You're going to feel very drawn towards your ancestors, very drawn towards your story of existence. And it could be the story of your parents, it could be the story of your ancestors, it could be the story of your past life self. You might actually find that your soul is very drawn, Virgo, towards a certain, kind of place in history, a certain time, and you're like, I don't understand why. That's not part of my story, and you don't know why you're having that sense of connection to it. Go with it. Go with it, explore, because really every time you're looking at something, and we always, when we look at something, we judge it, right? And I know we're not supposed to judge, we're supposed to be above that, but we are still human. And every time we say, even when we say, does that ring true with me, or does that not? We're judging it. We're seeing how that vibrates with our souls, with ourselves. And so even here, when you are drawn to something, be like, why does that vibrate with me? Why is that, something that I really want to, dive deeper into, see more of? And that's going to be the power that leads you forward during this time. You're very much guided by your angels, and this power that calls to your very blood, your very bone, is leading you forward. Now, this is also a really cool moon because we have our second lunar eclipse in a row. We had one in June, and now we have one in, of course, July. And this is bringing forward this sense of perseverance, this sense of accountability and commitment. And so here it has conclusions are within reach. And the reason why conclusions are within reach is because, yes, this is the blessings moon. And yes, in the almanac, this is the stag moon. But in the queen of the moon, this is the thunder moon. This is the moon of change. And you can see here, fighting for that change, moving forward within it. And so as conclusions are within reach, you see that you're fighting for the change that you want within your life. You really are looking at things and you're like, no, I'm hunkering down. I'm dedicating myself. I'm moving forward. And I don't care if people don't understand. I don't care if everyone laughs. It doesn't matter to me because I am moving forward towards what I desire. And then this leads you to the 20th of July, where you have the new moon in Leo, and you have that very strong connection here with the strength card to this Leo energy, because of course the strength is Leo in the major arcana. So you have this very strong connection to confidence is your key to success, right? To embracing your confidence, to moving forward with determination and dedication, and to say, this is what I want from my life, and this is where I want to be. There's this power to you. And as you move forward in this power, it leads you to knowing that a new start is coming and walking through the portal of new beginnings. And you're embracing that in a very real way, in a very logical way, but also in a very skeptical way, because you do have a void of course during this time. And the void of course says nothing will come of this situation. Now, the void of course is at 1:55 Eastern Standard Time, right? So this is on the 20th of July, 1:55 p.m. You are going to feel as if everything you try for just turns on its head. I would, kind of chunk out that whole hour from 1:30 to 2:30. Don't make any big decisions. If you can't do that, 1:55, okay, just the whole 50-minute period, don't do anything. Don't make any big decisions. Sit back, if you can, have a cup of tea, cocoa, coffee, whatever it is that you prefer, and breathe. Just focus on your breathing. Focus on what you're thinking about. Now, not even focusing on what you're thinking about, because you're going to find that what you think about, it doesn't come to fruition the way that you want to. If you can just focus on your breath, focus on what you love, what you want in life, it's Spirit is saying, you're focusing on this, but they want you just to do it in the sense of feelings, okay? And that's going to be what grounds you and what has this void of course period just passing you by. And that's going to be really good for you as you move forward, because you're moving forward, embracing your confidence, embracing your power, embracing what you desire. And now on the 3rd of August, we move to the full moon in Aquarius. And this is show the world the real you. And that's going to be hard. You're a very introverted person. You are represented by the Hermit in the Major Arcana, Virgo. I mean, there is a sense that you like to contemplate, you like to understand, you like to follow your own guiding light, and you need that time to step back. And so showing the world the real you can be as terrifying as walking naked onto a stage. It's like, oh my gosh, no. So here, as you're moving forward, take baby steps. Take baby steps and let your truth, let your power, let your beauty shine through. And as you do so, you're going to feel a very powerful pull to be authentically you. And that's where you're taking this gift, where your inner self is giving a gift to your public self. And you're absolutely taking it. And it takes tremendous strength. But we see you doing it. And have patience with yourself. You're going to think, okay, just jump, just go, just do. I've got this. And as you see that, as you say it, it's like, no, be patient. Be patient. Step slowly. Guide yourself slowly. Connect with yourself kindly. And let yourself move forward. And as you do so, okay, the spirit animals that are watching over you are the woodpecker spirit, the salmon spirit, and the cougar spirit, which of course I do not have any of these within my cards. So the ones that were chosen are the ones that connect most profoundly with this. Now for both July and for August, the salmon spirit comes into play. And the nightingale spirit really stands in quite beautifully for the salmon spirit. And this says love is all around you. Because the salmon spirit shows us rebirth. It shows us moving forward. It shows us happiness and eternal life and connects us with the feminine, with the lovely, with this soft, beautiful place to kind of cuddle into. You can just think of a child cuddling into, their mother's side, And so here you have that power moving you forward. And this has you, living life to your fullest and filling your life with people and things that you love. So here, love is all around you. And it's for July, and it moves right into August with you. And it guides you, and it holds your hand, and it's like, I love you. And we need that. Love is one of the most powerful words we can hear. And we don't hear it often enough. I love you is powerful. I love you is beautiful. I love you is your mantra. And it moves you then in July also to the brown bear spirit. The brown bear spirit is protecting what you love. Now he's standing in for the woodpecker spirit. The woodpecker spirit seeks to rekindle passion and finding your truth and to find your truth. Now, as you're rekindling your passion and you're finding your truth, You're also standing up for those who are weaker than you, standing up for those who need a voice. And this is where you're planting seeds of passion, desire, prosperity in your life, but also in others. And that's a really cool thing. And then in August, you have the 7 spirit, right? Love is all around you. But then you also have the cougar spirit. And the cougar spirit is leadership and taking charge of your life. And the panther stands in quite beautifully for the cougar. And it says, reclaim your power. Reclaim your power and know your destiny as love moves you forward, as you embrace your soul. Because as you do so, personally, the wheel of destiny comes into play. This is the wheel of fortune. This is the change that comes in. This is things moving forward. This is knowing that everything has a season. This is seeing your power, seeing your understanding, knowing your truth. And yes, personally, everything does change for you. You start to see things in a new light, in a new way. It's from the change that comes from the thunder moon, from the blessings moon, from the stag moon, as you see your majesty, as you see your blessings, as, you're shaken to your core. And you see it. And it's not in a bad way. It's in a divine way. That divinity sits there and says, okay, it's time to move forward. It's time to embrace. It's time to understand. And as you do so, you see your power, you see your truth, you see yourself. And you know that change is coming. And it connects you with the 3 of Swords, not the 3 of Swords, with the Queen of Swords, and then after comes the 3. So the Queen of Swords is speaking your mind, okay? It's also an air sign energy, a Gemini, a Libra, and Aquarius, strongly linked to the Aquarius full moon in August. You have a very strong pull towards her. And as you're looking at things, this is cutting through the bull. This is the warrior queen. This is saying, I've worked hard and long to learn how to wield the sword, to learn what I desire, to stand in my truth. I will not back down. I will not be silenced. I know what it is that I want. There can also be, for some of you Virgos, there's going to be a huge change around an air sign energy, a Gemini, a Libra, and Aquarius. And it doesn't have to be, earth-shattering, though I do see for 1 or 2 of you, it really is. It's like something shifts and changes, and you're like, wow, what the heck? It's for the better. It makes things a lot more clear, but for some of you, you could have dealt without that knowledge and that understanding, so just be forewarned about that. But for others of you, this is a person celebrating you. This is a person moving forward with you, all right, or wanting you to move forward in a very real and very beautiful way. So that's also something to be very aware of, that you might actually see what this person is doing as a hindrance, and it winds up being a blessing in the long run. But this is also a very caring, nurturing, the queen. Even though this is the warrior queen, she is still a queen. She still nurtures. She still cares. She still is committed. And it's not like the king where it's like they're called to more. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that in a way where it's not just tending to what needs to be tended to. It's always having to worry about the next thing and the next thing. And here with the Queen of Swords, it's like you're looking at what you truly need, what you truly desire. You're looking at what's really important to you. You're cutting through the doubts and the fears that have held you back. You're knowing your mind more so than ever before. And as you do so, you are going to find that you're really focusing on the here and on the now and on what needs your immediate attention. And as you do so, you're going to be looking at and connecting with. And now this isn't, you're going to think, oh, wow, thanks, Dane. The 3 of Swords. And the 3 of Swords is heartbreak, pain, and disappointment. It's those heartbreaks, those pains, those disappointments that bring us to our needs, that make us think, oh, I can't go on anymore. I just can't do this. I don't want to do this. I can't move forward. I don't know where I want to be. I don't know what I desire. It's like, no, enough is enough. And here with the 3 of Swords, as you're looking at things, you're sitting there and you're seeing that you weren't stopped. Yeah, you were halted. Yeah, you were brought to your knees. Yeah, things were overwhelming. But you weren't stopped. And this is looking at that heartbreak, that pain, that disappointment. And this is taking back control. It is. It's saying, I can, hemorrhage forever. I can feel, bad about myself and overwhelmed and doubt everything. But I refuse to. I refuse to because first of all, you're the Queen of Swords. The queen of your mind, the queen of the power that is you. And as you look at the heartbreaks, the pains, the disappointments, you're actually transformed. And it leads you to the Ace of Pentacles, prosperity, success, bounty, beauty, abundance. God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe handing you a gift. You are most definitely taking it, okay? Your public self is very powerful, all right? And this is you taking your gift. You're an earth sign energy represented by the pentacles in the minor arcana. You are taking this gift. You are empowered by it. You are invigorated by it. You are moving forward within it. And yes, the sorrow tinges things. It does. It does. It leaves an aftertaste at times, right? But you can either be defined by your heartbreaks and your pains, or you can sit there and say, that was one chapter of my life. That's one part of who I am. But the bigger part, the braver part, is the part that gets back up, is the part that is that queen, is the part that will not be stopped. And then you embrace your heart. And your heart looks at things. And it's very interesting because the way I see the Three of Cups, the Three of Cups for me is that person who you're celebrating with. You know, those people that you're celebrating with. And that person that was supposed to have your back. That person who was supposed to celebrate with you. And who didn't. They couldn't. There was something lacking within them. There was a sense of jealousy. There was a sense of, like, they just couldn't be happy for you. They thought, where's my time? Where's my turn? And as you're looking at things, you know, this person might not even have known it. They could have been going through things themselves. You know, and you're sitting there and you're looking at it. And this person's hurt has been with you. And it's like, no more. No more, I'm done. I'm done. And as you see this, you see the people who really celebrated you, who cared for you, who built you up, who love you. And they become important. Because sometimes we find that we chase or we let the negative words have such greater value than the positive ones. And so as you're seeing this, you know, this is actually changing your world. As everything changes, you look at the times where you let the negative outweigh the positive. And it's like, no more, I'm rising above it. You're rising above it. You're having this resurrection of soul and of spirit and this sense of, you know, truth and justice coming forward. And it leads you here to the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is, yeah, you're tired. You're overwhelmed. It's like, enough is enough. But you've also fought a good fight. You've held your ground. You've stayed strong. You will not be held back. And that's powerful for you. That's powerful for anybody. And as the Queen of Swords, you know, moving into the Nine of Wands, you've faced so much adversity. And you've had to stand so strong and so true. You've had to be that warrior queen. Now, it does not matter your gender or how you identify yourself. That is irrelevant. It matters that you have had to be strong, when at times it would have been preferable to be weak. It would have been preferable to pull the covers over your head and say, not today, thank you very much. I'm done. I'm out. But you can't. But you can't. Because you're going through a transformation. You're seeing things within you with more clarity, with more understanding, with more power, with more purpose than you could have before. And you're also blocking out the rest of the world. Because the rest of the world is completely overwhelming. Overwhelming and scary, and, you know, it's just too much, especially right now. It's just too much. I'm not saying to walk in complete ignorance, but a bit of ignorance during this time, as long as you're being safe and mindful and, you know, kind to the world. Embrace it. Embrace the sense of, you know what, world, it's enough. Because I've already been brought to my knees. And now I'm seeing how I rise again. You have a very profound phoenix energy around you, which I think is beautiful. I know people are like, oh, why do I have to rise again? We're always rising. Each and every day you get out of bed, you're rising again. Embrace it. A new dawn, a new day, a new way of looking at things, a new way of seeing your life. It's beautiful. And as you see that, and as you acknowledge that power within you, and you give homage to it, and you're like, thank you. Thank you, world, for letting me be me. The sun shines in. And it's very interesting that you have the Three of Swords, heartbreak, pain, disappointment. You have the sun, the beauty, this light coming in, the happiest card in the whole entire tarot deck. And then you have the Death card. The dying away of the old self, a rebirth of the new. The great levelizer. Levelizer? Is that a word? No. Leveler. That's the word. The great leveler. The great sense of understanding and purpose and desire. And you are embracing the sun. And you're saying, as the sun shines on me, as the greatness comes in, so do I have doubts and fears. You know, I might sit there and be worried, like, now I have to keep this up all the time? Like, are you kidding me? But there's also a sense of other people wanting to take you by eyes. Other people sitting there and saying, well, why not me? Why does it get to be you? Why can't I be this successful? Why can't I have this passion, this power, this beauty? It's like, let's move forward. Don't focus on them. The jealousy will be there. It will be. You have it with the Three of Cups. You have it with the Sun. It's something that mars your heart because you're going to be like, why do they have to be jealous? You know, why does this have to be, you know, something that I go through? But it's something that we all go through. And it feels very personal because it's happening to us personally. But knowing here your power, your passion, your desire, your transformation, the way that you're moving forward, the fact that the light and the dark are part of life. You know, you cannot embrace the sun if you do not embrace the moon. And the sun is, you know, the sun is the waking world coming at us. And the waking world is touching your heart, your determination, your passion, your power. Moon is the quiet moments, the reflection of the sun's light. It also brings with us fear. So here you can see things much more clearly. And I see this pull with you, because this is a moon reading, of course. And I see this pull with you with the moon and the sun coming forward. And there are going to be times where you think, it's too much, it's too bright. Like, can I just sit quietly, please? But you have to let your radiance shine. Even if it's just for a select few. Even if it's just for you. Let it shine. Let this happiness become a part of you, overwhelm you, you know, move you forward in ecstasy. Because it gives you strength. What you need starts coming to you. This is your strength of perseverance. This is your strength of dedication. This is, you know, a strength that is on equal footing because, I mean, you have this woman right here and the lion is right at her face. I mean, the lion can take her down instantaneously. Why doesn't he? Out of love? Out of caring, out of compassion, out of heart? And so when we see things, and when I say heart, I mean our emotional truth. I mean when we're being authentically who we are supposed to be. How does that feel? Now, yes, when you're being authentically who you're supposed to be, there are still times where you'll get mad as all heck, you know, where you will sit there and see the injustice and see the pain and see the suffering and think enough is enough. But also, you will see the focus. And you will see when you start to fray out into everybody else's chaos. And that's something, Virgo, you have to be very mindful of. Fraying out into everybody else's chaos, everybody else's drama, because it will sweep you up in it. And you are that compassionate person who sits there and says, I'm holding the lantern, I'll guide you, I'll lead you with this light. And they have to lead themselves. The strength comes in. The power comes. This is a sense of understanding your personage, understanding yourself, understanding your desire. And as you see it, as you say it, as you comprehend it, it gives you strength. And you're seeing what your strength is. You know, a lot of times we sit there and we can see everybody else's strengths. But our own, we think, oh, wow, I don't really have any talents. I don't really have anything good going for me. And the strength card shows you that in your heart, as you have the light of the sun coming, as you have the power of the day moving you forward, you see your strength. You do. And you see it in the quiet moments of the night too. So it doesn't fall away. Publicly, you have judgment coming in. Right? You have power. You have resurrection. You do have the sense. And I see it. It's not justice. Okay? Because I was like a little bit confused before with what Spirit was giving me. Because it sounded very much like justice. Like you were this person of justice. No, it's like you pass judgment. And it sounds mean, but it's not. It's straightforward. It's powerful. It's like you will be asked to look over people, like to look over situations. And they don't want you to they want you to be the judge. They do. It's not justice. It's judging. It's different. Okay? It's not working out their problems. It's kind of like giving a straight hand solution to things. And that's what people are going to be very drawn to you for. It's odd. I do understand. But it's powerful. Because you have your angels so closely around you. So closely connected to you. And that's something that you are really looking at here. You're rising up. You're moving forward. This is a sense of reckoning. This is also a sense of, feeling as if you're part of something more as you rise, okay, as you see things. It's like you see that connectivity between you and the rest of the world. And it's powerful, and it leads you to the Six of Swords, moving forward, greater understanding, greater passion, greater power, this sense of truth. And you're moving towards it. There's also a sense of melancholy here. It's like as you know things, the more you know, it's almost like the more you wish you didn't know. It's kind of like the world, like the more you know, the more you take in, the more you see, the more you understand. It's like, wow, man, no, thank you. And so as you're moving forward, you're having this power, you're having this understanding. You're also moving with your knowledge, with everything that you've accumulated, with everything that you want. And as you're guided, okay, you see the great leveler. And that's death. And it's not to be morbid. It's not saying, death is here. I mean, this is a time period of October 23rd to November 21st. All right? But this is a great equalizer. And you're going to see that as you release the pain, as the love comes in, this was the great equalizer. This was the one that had you seeing things much more clearly, much more profoundly. And you're going to be drawn to things that other people might not understand, other people might not think of, And so here, there is this sense of power, beauty, and substance guiding you, being a part of you, moving you towards something great. And as you see this, there is this sense of, again, a resurrection of self coming, a sense of standing a little bit taller within your being, within your soul, of looking at truth dead in the eye and saying everything has a beginning and an end, whether it be a rock or a living being. And yes, that's terrifying, but it's also humbling. And I don't know if I'm the only one who finds it. I'm not the only one, I'm not special, but it's settling. Now, it took a very long time to get it to be settling. I remember in 3rd grade when my teacher told us that the world was going to be eaten by the sun, and I burst into tears, just absolutely hysterical, thinking that, the sun was going to blow up on us on any minute. And she's like, no, it's, forever out. And it just did not make sense. And I did not get it. And it was so scary and sad. And yet here there's a sense of peace to it. There's a sense of, oh, well, that's interesting because you have it right next to the sun. It's like the sun blowing you up, you getting the happiness, the prosperity, the success that you want within your heart. It's like emotionally feeling this way. And then it equalizing things in the public world. It's like it really brings forward what's important to you, what you truly want. And then it makes you a king. I mean, you're very connected to the Capricorn moon, yes. I mean, the earth sign energy very much calls to you, right? You are connecting with your ancestors. You're letting go of blockages. I mean, this is a time where if you wanted to, light a candle and think of the things that are holding you back, or, the ways that you would want to move forward and what's holding you back from going forward the way that you want to. Let it burn. Let it burn away that negativity. Put it in a nice, safe place with a bit of water by it. But you see yourself then becoming the king. Now, the kings are very powerful. Yes, they're kings. They're also rooted. So you're going to see taking root a bit. Now, this is good for you because you are an earth sign energy and you take joy in taking root. But there's something that you are planting, that you are committing to, that you are really looking at with passion, with desire, with understanding. And you're embracing your prosperity. You're embracing what you want. And as you see this, as you look at your truth, you embrace you. And the king wears his crown. The king knows his purpose. And that is not only to serve yourself, but to serve your kingdom, right? And so there's something greater that you want to see forward with this king energy. There's something where it's like, Okay, how do I pick up this mantle? How do I move forward with it? Where is it that I want to be? Don't take on too much during this time. You'll have a great inclination to want to. Look at the gifts that are being handed to you, and with your strength, focus yourself on one thing that's truly important. And then once that one thing is conquered, the next thing comes, and the next thing comes. So let's see your ending message. What is the ending message? What does Virgo need to know about the July 2020 full moon? What does Virgo need to know about the July 2020 full moon? What is the ending message here for Virgo? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this message and show me clearly. All right. So we have here the Ace of Wands. That's beautiful. Cernunnos, which is Capricorn energy. This is the Devil card in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. So you're very drawn to this Capricorn moon. And you have the Wheel of Fortune again. It crowns you here personally. It ends with you publicly. All right. So there's a very powerful connection to the change of the seasons, to the ending of a cycle. There's passion, there's power, there's beauty, there's success coming in. And I love that you have here two aces. You know, you have the Ace of Pentacles and you have the Ace of Wands in the line of your personal self. And these are the aces that are very connected with the earth. And so here, you know, your earthly self. Here you have your passion, your fire. Why do you get up in the morning? You know, what drives you forward? And here you have your prosperity, your success, the seeds that you are planting. What are you working towards? How are you tilling your soil? And that passion, that desire is very much a part of you and has you rising, because the sun here very much looks to me like the phoenix rising up around the wand. And then you have Cernunnos. Cernunnos is the great equalizer. Is the person who sees. And the person who doesn't let sentimentality get in the way of the way things must move forward. Cernunnos is a god of the earth. Okay, so you're connected here with the stag moon, most definitely with the antlers on his head. But it is the strength to move forward in the way that you know things must be. It's like you have this calling forward. You also have this sense of rest needed, okay, of satiation coming in. And there's something that's seen here. And it can be that for a lot of you, you were looking at things, Virgo, and you were satiated after something. You were satiated. It's a hard word for me to say. And it can be after overindulging. It can be after too much stress. You know, your body just needed a release. And you're having that release. And now you're seeing things becoming equalized. Okay? Moving forward towards the way the earth needs it. Towards the power of the earth. Really. And then it leads you to embracing your prosperity, knowing your passion, knowing your bounty. But it leads you to change. And it leads you to knowing a new season is coming, to seeing a new beauty, to seeing a new power. And now let's see how the moon connects with you, what Luna has to say for this time. How is Virgo impacted by the July 2020 full moon? How is Virgo impacted by the July 2020 full moon? Show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Okay? Guide this message and show me clearly. No. How is Virgo affected by the July 2020 full moon? How is Virgo affected by the July 2020 full moon? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this message and show me clearly. Okay. All right. Very cool. So we're starting here with your personal self. And we have attraction, the unexpected, and abundance. So you're attracting the unexpected, which leads you to abundance, which is really nice. And then within your heart, we have assessing. You and your loved ones are safe, and luck is on your side. You're assessing how to keep things safe, like how to keep things harmonized within your heart, within your soul, within yourself. And things are better than you thought they would be. They are. You're like aiming true. Publicly, okay? It's a time of healing. Because you need to believe in the impossible. And then you have the Virgo full moon, which is glorious. And it says, you are good enough. And I always thought that card condescending. I know I say it every single time. But I did. I was like, well, rude. But you are enough. You are enough for what you are forming, for where you are within your life. Do not think always that you have to be better, do more. Go after, just that you'll never be enough. You are. You are enough. So here, attraction. Attraction leads you forward. You are attracted to the change that is coming, to the power that is a part of you, to the truth that you speak. Expect the unexpected. Heartbreaks lead to power. They do. Lead to new truths, greater understandings, and a better, determination of self, which leads you to abundance, because you will not be held back. You were held back once before. You will not be held back anymore, Virgo. Assessing the heartbreaks, the pain, but also all the information that you're getting from the rest of the world. And it's like, no, enough. You and your loved ones are safe. That's what you need to focus on. You and those who are dearest to you. And make sure that they are safe. And make sure that there is calm and peace within your life. And that's what the new moon in Cancer wants. And then you have the new moon in Sagittarius. And it says luck is on your side. You have 2 new moons here, and it shows that new beginnings are coming your way. Okay? And then we have, with this balsamic moon, it's time for healing. It is. It's time to let the healing in as you are reborn, as this, resurrection of self and rebirth of self and power and clear sight comes over you. It's time to heal. And that healing leads you to the blue moon. Believe in the impossible. You're here in your public self. You have 2 full moons, which is really cool because they're what's seen in the sky, right? You don't really see the new moon. You just see nothing. So within your heart, the darkness, the shadows, the absent of all light, which is the, coming together of all color, right? Is what guides your soul forward. It's like everything becomes one within your heart. And then here, as you believe in the impossible, you start to see it in the night sky. You start to see the moon shining forward, and people start to see it around you, and people believe what they see. And then it moves you to the full moon in Virgo. You are good enough. You are. It's not rude. Right where you are in this moment. Even if you feel like you are a complete failure, and you feel like the life is falling down around you, you are enough to handle it. It might not feel that way, and it might feel completely unfair for me to say it. But Spirit is saying it to you. You have that power, that you have that strength. You are not nothing. You are enough. And even if you have everything, you need to know that you are enough. You don't need to search for the next greatest and shiniest things. You are enough. And that simple fact is your truth and your mantra. Your subconscious message, starting with the tarot, is the 2 of Cups. Love comes in. And you are anointed with love by your ancestors, by your DNA self. Well, by the ancestors of your DNA, by the story that lies within you, by your past life self. And then we have the King of Wands, okay? So you're definitely taking, just as the King of Pentacles took the gift of the Ace of Pentacles, all right? You are definitely taking in the same deck the gift of the Ace of Wands. So that's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. passion, power, determination, dedication. There's a part of you here, subconsciously, that feels like you want to act, like you want to go up. You have to, go. He wants to almost spring out of his chair. But you have responsibilities, and so it holds you back. Don't begrudge those responsibilities, because they will see you becoming stronger and better because of them. There's passion, there's power, there's determination, there's dedication, there's knowing. Also fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Again, strong connection to the Leo new moon. Blossoming. Luna sees you blossoming. The moon sees you blossoming into your true self. And then it says, it's time to release negativity with the full moon in Scorpio. It's time to release the negativity so you can bloom in all your glory and all your beauty. All right, Virgo. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe.